Hi. All right. So today we're going to be talking about detoxification. It's kind of that time of year when people are thinking about making some healthier changes and making some better decisions when it comes to their health and wellness. And a lot of people consider doing a detox as a first step, which is a good idea. So I'm going to give you some suggestions as to what types of detoxification kits I like recommending, because that's the simple, easy way to do detox. We're also going to talk a little bit about what you should eat and avoid, and I'm going to have a little bit of a chat about fasting as well. Okay, before I get started on that though, I do want to make some clarification between terms. There's detox and then there's purge. So what I'm not talking about today is purging. So a purge is essentially when you take a substance that causes you to eliminate through your colon very quickly, usually within a few hours. So for example, let's say you have to go for a colonoscopy. Your medical doctor is going to prescribe a liquid cleanse. It's like a purge, okay? That's going to fully clear your colon, and it usually happens within a few hours. And they do that because they want to get a nice clear view of your colon. Now, what that is not doing is it's not detoxing you, all right? So when you take heavy laxatives or anything that causes you to run to the bathroom quickly, cramping, loose, watery stool, that is not a detox, that is a purge. Detoxification, or at least what I'm discussing, is cellular detoxification. So detox on a cellular level, the toxins that are sitting in your tissues. Now, your body does this efficiently every day, but for some of us, our detoxification pathways are blocked or overtaxed. Now, we can't help it because we live in big cities. We are exposed to environmental toxins. I mean, you may be being very responsible about choosing what you're eating, eating organic fruits and vegetables, keeping your diet super clean, doing your exercise and making sure you're hydrating properly, and all of those things are supporting your detox and your elimination. However, what we cannot really control is environmental pollutants, which we're surrounded by. Unless you are living on an island under a coconut tree, far, far away from the city, this is one thing we cannot control. So I actually always recommend to my clients that they do a detox, even if they're healthy and they're super saintly about their diet and lifestyle. You should do it at least once or twice a year, because our elimination pathways are overtaxed, much more so than previous generations, and that's because of environmental pollutants. So keep that in mind and consider doing that at least once a year. Now, we can make it pretty easy for you, and we can suggest detoxification kits. Keep in mind also that these protocols are for people who are in good health. You shouldn't detox if you're sick. You shouldn't detox if you're feeling run down or overtired. And you definitely should not be doing any detoxification if you're on prescription medication. You should speak to your healthcare practitioner before you do a detox, because we want to make sure that they make you feel better. They don't make you feel worse. We don't want to have negative interactions with prescription medications and have negative outcomes. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you fall into that category where you are not feeling well or feeling weak or run down, or if you're on prescription medication, speak to your healthcare provider before you do any sort of a detox. Okay, so let's get started with some dietary recommendations first. When you're doing any sort of a detoxification protocol, we want to support our elimination organs by not adding in extra stress or pressure. So you want to make sure that you're eating high fiber so that you're getting a nice clear bowel movement for your colon. You want to make sure that you're avoiding tropical fruits because the sugar count is very high and can be quite inflammatory. If you are going to eat animal protein, you want to stick with chicken, fish, or turkey. You want to avoid red meat or pork because those categories of animal protein do take longer to digest, so they are going to slow down elimination in your colon. You want to make sure that you're hydrating properly. If you're not well hydrated, then you are not going to be supporting all those elimination pathways. Water is very, very important ingredient for a healthy cellular function, and exceptionally important as part of detoxification. You also want to make sure that you're physically active. Exercise is a very, very important part of helping our bodies and especially our digestive systems to function optimally. So regular physical activity is a very, very critical part of healthy detoxification. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's talk a little bit about fasting before I give you some advice as to kits. The only type of fasting I recommend when you're doing a detoxification protocol is something called intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is basically when you're eating intermittently and fasting intermittently. The most common form of intermittent fasting is called a 16:8 ratio. So you are eating within an 8-hour window and you're fasting for 16 hours. Now you can adjust that time as to when you start eating and when you stop eating during the day, but you want to have a goal of not eating for 16 hours and only eating within an 8-hour span. That's optimal, and you can fit your detoxification protocol into that program. Intermittent fasting is great for your health, it's great for your metabolism, it's great for blood sugar management. A number of different health issues are benefited by this type of eating practice, and it can be a lifestyle change. In other words, this is the type of eating that you can do over the long term, not necessarily over the short term. In fact, the benefits are over the long term. Okay. Intermittent fasting also requires that you're eating 3 meals a day. So no skipping meals while you're detoxing or in general. You want to try and get 3 well-balanced meals within those 8 hours. Okay, so detoxification kit number 1. And keep in mind, none of these are purgative. Okay, so you are not going to be dashing off to the bathroom every 5 minutes when you are doing these detoxification protocols. So there's a company from Germany called Pasco, and they are a homeopathic company. So their detoxification kits are quite gentle. Now they actually offer you 2 options. There's a 2-week option and then there's a 1-month option. So if this is your first time out, you may want to consider doing the 2 weeks as a beginner and then maybe transitioning into the longer form, the 30 days, maybe later on within 6 months or 3 months, whenever you feel you're ready to do that second try. It's actually quite easy to do. There are 3 tinctures, so liquids, in the kit. They cover all of your elimination pathways. So your liver, gallbladder, your digestive system, your urinary system, and your lymphatic system as well. So it helps with supporting all of these organ systems and helping them to function optimally and making sure that they're working well. So what you do is basically you do about 10 to 15 drops of each tincture that's in the kit. You can add it to a glass of water and then have it 3 times a day, or you do about 30 drops of each tincture in a 1.5 liter bottle of water, and then you sip on that water bottle and make sure you finish that water bottle within the day, and you just keep repeating that for the 2 weeks or the 30 days. So you have the option of taking the remedies 3 times a day or just putting it all into one big water bottle and then just making sure you finish the water. I like recommending the water bottle because that also ensures that you're getting in 1.5 liters of water while you're cleansing, because water is important when you're doing a detox. Okay, so the next detoxification kit I recommend frequently is from the Flora company, and this is a nice short one because it's only 7 days long. They have 3 supplements in the kit. They're including a supplement in powder form, like a fiber supplement. There's a herbal tea in a liquid form, and then a supplement in capsules as well. So again, it also covers all your elimination pathways, supports all of those organs. It's not purgative. Now, their detoxification kit does come with some dietary recommendations. There's a little booklet in the kit, but it's very simply what I previously mentioned. So, no tropical fruits, no processed foods, lots of fiber, avoiding the red meat and the pork, making sure that you're keeping to the lighter proteins as a source of protein. Okay, so that one's 7 days long and pretty simple to do. Also a really nice one if you are a first timer, or if you're a really busy person and you want to find an opportunity to do a short cleanse that's going to give you a nice deep cellular cleanse. Okay, that's the Flora 7-day purification program. Okay, now the next one is a professional line, Metagenics. It's an American company, and they have something called the Clear Change Program. And they have a few different lengths of time. I like recommending the 10-day one. It is very much like the Flora product, but it's a little bit more comprehensive when it comes to the diet. So in the kit, you get 2 supplements. One looks like a protein powder, and it's a nutraceutical formula. So a lot of the elimination and detoxification support ingredients are built right into that powder, and it's called Ultra Clear Renew. And then they have a second product called AdvoClear, which gives you the additional antioxidants that help with supporting your liver's elimination pathways and all the phases of detox that your liver has to go through. So again, this one supports all the elimination pathways, but the kit includes a very comprehensive booklet, and this is a food elimination diet. So this is one I like to recommend to people who possibly have food sensitivities or allergies that are contributing to health issues. And this is one way of finding out which foods are giving the trouble. All right. So in the detoxification kit, they will give you recommendations as to what to eat and what to avoid for the 10 days or longer, depending on the size of the kit you use. But essentially what you're doing is you're getting rid of all the common food allergens for 10 days, let's say. And then at the back end of those 10 days, you're gradually reintroducing those foods back into your diet, and you're monitoring your symptoms. So that will give you an idea as to what the triggers are for whatever health issues you're trying to address. So it's a good tool to do, and it is to discover what your sensitivities are, but it also is a fabulous detoxification support protocol. And again, it doesn't have any laxatives in it, so it is very, very gentle. So that's the Metagenics Clear Change Program. And yeah, I would suggest maybe starting out with a 10-day protocol if you're not ready to do the longer ones, because yeah, this one is a pretty complicated one. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about is a very popular cleanse, and it's called the Wild Rose Detox herbal detox program. It's a kit. Now this one is really built for people who have constipation problems. I don't like recommending it to people who have regular bowel movements, because there is the chance of you actually getting stomach discomfort with this one. Now they include a laxative as part of the kit. So there are a number of herbals in tablet and also in a tincture form that are incorporated into the kit. They have a booklet and meal plans very similar to the Metagenics protocol. So it is also a food elimination diet. They actually give you a grocery list, so you can get an idea as to what you should go shopping for. You definitely want to be doing some reading before you start this one, so you can prep your grocery list and prep your kitchen, so you can make sure that you can stick with it. This one's a little bit longer than the Metagenics. It's a 12-day instead of 10-day. So keep in mind, if you do have healthy elimination, if you're not having any problems with constipation and you're getting good bowel movements daily, then this is not the cleanse for you. Now they have come out with a gentler version of this cleanse just recently, so you may want to consider that, but it still does have the laxative in it. So again, it is really geared towards people who have constipation issues. Okay, so those are the kits that I love recommending. Keep in mind that you want to consult with your healthcare practitioner if you have underlying health conditions or if you're on prescription medication, because we want to make sure that whatever detox you do, that you're supporting your system, you're improving your health and well-being, and you're making sure that your natural detoxification is working optimally. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and yes, hit that notification bell so you'll know when next I post new videos. Have a wonderful day and keep well.